Hey, board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here, back with another episode of Gumbo Live. It's episode number 125, Gumbo Live, the number one-ish Facebook Live talk show dedicated to board gaming. Our special guest tonight, Hamu Dennis, the artist and co-founder of Boardgame Brothas. You know them from Rap Gods and, of course, the new Kickstarter project that's blowing up, Hoop Gods. We're going to be talking about it tonight. Boardgame Gumbo is a proud member of Punchboard Media. Hey, check out some of our other fine members like What's Eric Playing, a weekly review series for various board games, tabletop games, and board game apps with a well-deserved reputation for amazing board game photography. And he's been doing it since 2015. Punchboard Media, where we all bring something to the table. Hit us up on social media tonight, on Facebook, or on Twitter at Boardgame Gumbo. And we've got the YouTube channel too. Check that out. And we'll be looking for your questions in the chat. But enough blather. Let's get right to our special guest. It's Hamu Dennis, man. Welcome in from the big city of New Orleans. Oh, hold on. I got you on mute there. Hold on 1 second.
Mute me.
There he is,
baby. All right, BJ. Nice shirt.
Now, yeah, how you like that shirt? Look at that, man.
I like that shirt.
That is slick.
Nice shirt, yeah.
And it's the right size too, Hamu.
Kickstarter, huh?
Rap Gods and Hoop God. Yeah, you got a better looking shirt. I like that Hoop God shirt, man. It's nice. I like my Rap God shirt. Although my daughter says I'm not cool enough to wear it. So unfortunately.
Oh, you are. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her.
Hamu, this might be the this is the first time you've been on the shows. And yeah. I know a lot of people know about Boardgame Brothas, but they may not know Hamu Dennis. So give us the elevator pitch. Who is Hamu Dennis and why is he on my show tonight?
I'm on the show, first of all. Let's get that out of the way. I'm on the show, first of all, because BJ is cool as a fan. That's why I'm on the show. I am essentially, I'm an artist, a photographer, a father, a husband. And in there is where my life lies. I've been drawing since a kid. It was something that I used to do to pass time. I was always kind of pretty smart, so the schoolwork wasn't a big problem for me. So I would spend a lot of time drawing on my free time, drawing. And it really just it just became a thing that I just did. And I like to really spend a lot of family time. A lot of family time. So I do my work to pay the bills, and I kick it with the family. And try not to spend too much money on shoes.
My friend Faye is going to be here later. He's going to have some questions for you about that. When did you know you were an artist? Because I can't draw myself out of a paper sack. So when did you know that?
No, I didn't know that, but that's good to know. I won't get you to do any projects for me like that.
No, it's true. Beth Sobel, look, there's Beth Sobel checking in, who's also an artist, and she's seen my work, and it's terrible. It's really, really bad.
No, but when I was young, I had a friend that used to draw, and because we were so cool, I think I took to it and began to draw comics with him in probably like 3rd, 4th grade. 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. I'm drawing these comic strips around school based on all of these different kind of things. And then high school, it was kind of the same thing. I was drawing a lot less at that time because, girls kind of stepped into the picture and kind of distracted me a little bit.
Girls, shoes. I don't know, Hamu. Girls, shoes.
Yeah, it's a lot to choose between,
Anna Maria says money on shoes is never wasted. Ain't that?
I sure agree. Yeah, so drawing for me kind of started back then when I was young. I spent a little time in college taking some classes.
You went down by the lakefront? Where'd you go?
Delgado. I was at Delgado.
Oh, Delgado. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I went to Delgado by City Park. By City Park for a while. Took some art classes over there, and then really got into into life, into grown man stuff, and kind of away from the drawing. I'm paying more attention to work and fashion and hanging out and clubbing and doing all of those kind of things, But drawing was always that thing that I did,
Well, Chris Strain says, "Hey, art is how he gets girls." There it is. I guess that's how he gets the girls. Beth says something that I'm just not sure is true. She says anyone can learn to draw. It just takes a lot of time. So
Right.
when I was a kid, I drew comic books. They were horrible, but I was really more the story person rather than, the comic book drawing was just stick figures and circles, just a way to get the story across. You know what I mean? I needed you. I needed you when I was 9.
Well, you got the point across.
Yeah, I did. Look, there, Patrick Newman, I feel your pain. He can't even draw a stick figure to save his life. He'll stay with drafting.
Yeah, draft.
All right, so we got some other people I want to bring in. So I'm going to bring in Jay there. Let's see. And I think you know Jay Bell. Isn't that right? You guys have met?
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, hey, man, how's it going, man? Good to see you.
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Yeah. I'm happy to be back home in Louisiana.
We got Jay back in Louisiana. Look, we got 3 Louisiana boys right here. Maybe the first time on the show ever.
Right. And we got a hurricane coming again.
One more. 2020, another hurricane.
Don't say one more because then there's going to be another one.
I know. This should be the last one, right?
We still got 2 more months left in the season. Remember one year after Katrina, they had that one in December that kind of fizzled into the Gulf. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be tough. So Hamu, tell me and Jay, how did Boardgame Brothas get started?
My brother and I hadn't seen each other in a while. So it was time to pay him a visit. And I hadn't been to his location. He had been to New Orleans a few times. So it was really my turn, to show love. And so made a schedule, went out there and walked into his apartment. And to my amazement, it was silent. There was no television, no video game system. Like, bruh, what's going on? And that's when he was like, he showed me the other shelf with the board games on it and said, hey, man, this is the new hype. This is what I'm doing now. I got rid of the games so that I can do this. I need to be around people. I was like, oh, interesting. Because we played board games heavy as a family before he was even born. You see? So I said, oh, that's nice. That's interesting, right? And we began playing a couple of games. And I think we played Clank. And I realized you can kind of do what you want in the game, right? And he was like, oh, yeah, definitely. And we played another game. It was this city simulator game. And I'm like, oh, this reminds me of Sim City on the computer. Uh-oh. I said, well, I got a question for you. Where do they have a hip-hop board game? Mm-hmm. And he said, oh, because all I wanted to do was make a game. I had been wanting to make this game since I was a kid.
Right away. You knew right away you were going to make a game.
When I was a kid, I wanted to make this game. But society says you don't think you need a real job. Games don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Get a real job. So, all right, games. But this opportunity with my brother presented itself. And I said, hey, you want to do this? I got an idea for this game. Let me run it by you. And so we began talking about the rap gods. And so in order to do rap gods, I said, well, we're not going to pitch this to anybody. We need a company, right? And so he's like, yeah, we need a company. But if we got a company, we need a brand. We have to stand for something. If we're going to step out there, let's be what we need it to be, what we're looking for. Let's be what we're looking for, right? Because our games are not being made, is what we realize. Right. So if it's going to get made, we have to make it. So let's be in charge of it. It's a whole process to learn. Let's learn it, and hopefully we can inspire some people on the way.
Yeah, and you're talking about Amari Akil, who's the other co-founder of Boardgame Brothers. You two saw something that wasn't there and said, hey, we could fill that space, right?
Right. Because I wanted to play that game. You understand?
Yep.
I wanted to, what did I see? What did I think it was going to be? I said, oh, okay, here's what I want it to be. I want you to live the life of the stuff that I see, not what's on the records. I want to live the life of that other stuff.
Jay, think about it. If I was thinking of the game Rap Gods, it would have been about making the record, being in the studio, some kind of victory points and, maximizing all that. And then Rap Gods comes out and it's really not about making the record at all. Now, Hamu, you did all the graphic design to make it look like a turntable and all those things, but it's really more about the life. Jay, when you saw that, because you've played Rap Gods, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I own Rap Gods, but I got to play it at PAX. That's where I met Hamu and Amari, and it was so weird because I sat down and I pulled the card, like you pick your rapper and you pick what city you're from, and I got to pick New Orleans, which was really odd being from there. And so as I'm going through the game playing with Hamu, who's kicking my butt, I'm just realizing like there's so much that goes into it, how there's like street credit and actual skills of the rapper, and then there's swag, and like they take all these different elements of not even rapping. Like you don't have to be a rapper or know how to rap or rhyme to play the game. It's just about like going through that journey of like bottom to top.
Yeah. So isn't that what you expected though? I kind of expected it would either be about, I'd have to learn how to rap or know how to rap, or it would be about a dry mechanical thing about putting together, something. And it's really just a big abstract game. But that's not what it was, Hamu. It was more about the life of the rapper, right?
Right.
Yeah, when I sat down, I was like, I'm going to drop some bars. And then I was like, nah, that's not what this game is at all. I got to completely rework my strategy.
Nope.
So I did hear a rumor that that's not what the game originally started out to be, though. It was more like the first thing I would have come up with, like a Trivial Pursuit type thing.
Yeah. It's not a rumor. There's truth to that. Yeah, the first version of that I kind of sketched on paper probably 12 years ago. And it was essentially Trivial Pursuit and the game of life.
Okay.
Because that's kind of where my game experience was at the time.
That's what you knew, right?
Right. It's what I knew. It's what I knew. I like, okay, rap is about knowing stuff about rap. But halfway through building that, I realized that only people that knew hip hop the greatest would even have a chance at winning. And I didn't know. I love hip hop, but I don't have that much hip hop knowledge. I don't remember stats and things like that, and so I don't have that knowledge. I couldn't even do the cards without looking up on the internet,
Okay. Wow.
And it just didn't seem fun to me. It didn't seem fun. What I really wanted to do was the life part. I wanted you to live the life. The original version that was in my mind kind of had you moving this character through a board, and you would get to put him in the car, and you would get to hang the chain on his neck, and you would get to stick him on top of as many plaques as he was earning, so it was a slightly different version of the game, but essentially I wanted you to be able to feel that life, and Omari was able to take that and turn that into an experience.
So, Hamu, you've got a pretty recognizable style. I mean, people see Rap Gods or Hoop Gods, and they know it's coming from Boardgame Brothers. Yeah. How much does New Orleans or Louisiana in general, how much has that affected your art style?
I would say probably 100%. The vibrant, the colors that are in my mind are always Mardi Gras colors. They're always bright and in your face. I'm not really big on like monochromatic and pastel, softer colors kind of blended together. I like everything bright and in your face, and you can see it from a distance, like a float, right?
Right.
Like a float, and we have a song that we listen to, Do What You Wanna, right?
Yep.
And so essentially my art is me deciding or realizing and looking at art all over the world and all of these different places that essentially it's what you want it to be, right? Right. And so if it's what I want it to be, it's really going to be what I want it to be. I'm going to break the rules. A guy called me one time and was like, man, how do you do your shading? Because it kind of doesn't follow I'm like, I know it don't. I know. I put the shading where I want the shading to be. That's it.
So it goes by feel?
It just goes by feel. I do it. I don't like the way it look. I change it until it feels cool to me. And once it feels cool to me, that's pretty much what everybody's going to get. You see? And so do what you want. I just decide I'm going to do what I want. kind of mix of reality and cartoon, kind of put together. But it's essentially just pieces of, I guess, art from everything, everything I see, everything inspires me,
All right, so on the show here tonight, we got Hamu and we also have Jay, and this might be a first also. 3 Louisiana people, but look at the shelves too. We got a bookcase full of books and a bookcase full of shoes. I just don't remember having the show with shoes and books totally on there. We don't have the big wall of games like we sometimes see. I don't even have them here because I'm still in this temporary headquarters. But I'm wondering, Jay, looking at that shelf he's got up there, is there a game in there? Is shoes a game potentially?
Yo.
Uh-oh. Hamu?
Yo.
Oh, come on, Hamu. Give it up.
Hold on. I've heard it said in public, so I will say this in public. There is a sneaker game that's kind of in the works, and it may see the light of day, and it may not see the light of day. It's got some working to do because we're not really satisfied at the way it plays. But yeah, there is something that we're working on along that line.
I'd like to pull stuff out if I can, Hamu. We always look for that gumbo scoop. No,
Yeah.
I saw an interview with Patrick Mahomes after the Super Bowl, and they were showing off his shoe room. Have you seen that thing yet? He's got a shoe room like I'd never seen before. Like it even has lights underneath each shelf, so it kind of illuminates all the different shoes.
Oh, that's real.
And some people like their shoes, man.
Yeah, I like my shoes almost that much.
Wow. If you could, you would probably put lights under your shelf, huh, Hamu?
If I could, I would.
Let me bring up Steve because I want to talk about one of the games that you mentioned real quick. I think Steve's played this. So let me see if I got Steve. Steve.
Hey.
Hey
guys, how you doing?
Hey, Steve.
Welcome to the show, Hamu.
Thank you. Great to be here. Happy to be here.
Good to have you.
Hamu mentioned a game, and I think all 4 of us played it. So I thought maybe we could give our thoughts. BJ from Boardgame Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Hamu Dennis, and I got Jay and Steve talking to him. Hamu, you played Clank, and that was one of the first big games that kind of opened your eyes to the world of hobby board gaming, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So I want to hear from you. What's Clank like, and why did it make such an impact on you? And then if Jay and Steve have played it too, jump in and we can talk about it.
Sure, absolutely. It was playing with my brother. It looked like an interesting game. The art looked fun. The theme looked fun. And so I said, okay, let's try this. And about halfway through the game, I began to feel like I was sneaking around the room, trying not to make noise. I felt that. It's like, hold on, bro. Hold on. How they do that? And it was that made me realize that you can create this emotion, this feeling with mechanics in a game that feel like what you feel in real life when it happens. Mm-hmm. So Clank was very instrumental to that. Absolutely.
Jay, you're more the designer than all of us. How did Clank do that? How does Clank make you, just for a moment, like the magic circle opens up, you're inside this dungeon, and the mechanics themselves kind of fall away? How does that work?
It's crazy. Like the first time I played it, and that was early on. That was one of the first games I ever played in the hobby world. And the push your luck is just, it works so well with the theme because you're told, okay, you're this knight and you're going into the castle looking for all the secrets, right? And you start to believe it. So you start to get like super nervous every single time you're pulling to make sure that the dragon doesn't get you. You're using all these cool weapons, you're buying new weapons, and it just, I don't know, it's super immersive in the way that it has you wondering what's coming next.
Hamu, what kind of Clank player are you though? Are you one like Topher where you're always stuck down there? Or are you one of those run in, dash, and run right back up and try to mess everybody up?
I get stuck down there.
Okay.
You gotta go for it. You gotta go for the goal.
I get stuck. I usually get in an area and then decide to do something else. And Omari has got what he needs to get and is out of there. It's like, hey.
Steve, have you played Clank?
I have not played Clank, but Push Your Luck is right down my street. and we play a game, if you play a game like Deep Sea Adventure, I'm not the one to go down to the bottom of the ocean. I'm going to go far enough where I can get my stuff and get back to the submarine, and I'll tell tales about how you died. You'll be remembered, but I'm going to win the game.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit, man. If you're not getting down there.
You got to survive to tell the story. That's the way it is.
So I think Clank is one of, I used to play golf before my kids got older, but I used to say that golf doesn't build your character, it exposes your character. Mm-hmm. It really does. And Clank is that way in my opinion. Clank, people tend to play it almost a hidden, portion of their personality. We play with a friend of mine named Carlos, and inevitably Carlos is going to hang around at the very top line, and he waits for everybody to get down to those 30s, and then whoop, he's grabbing a treasure and he's making a run for it. And he does that to us every time. It doesn't always work, by the way. I don't know if that's always a winning strategy. I mean, a lot of times it's the person who just survives and has all those points that's going to win. Mm-hmm. But he loves to do that. I think it's part of his personality. It's like, wait until everybody's kind of distracted and you're looking at stuff. Hamu, are you like me? Like you have a plan, and then whoop, there's a shiny little object over there, and that's it.
That's it. That's it.
This is cool stuff, BJ. When you talk about this, I'm a personality psychologist. I do research and teach on this stuff. I would love to see the idea of telling who you are with the games you play and how you play them. That's fascinating stuff. I think it shows who you are. I think you're right.
Ooh, Hamu, if we let Steve watch me, you and Jay play, we might not want to know what he says after that.
Oh, no, we might find out some interesting things about ourselves, right?
Yeah.
That's Clank from Renegade Games. There's a reason I wanted to talk to you about it, Hamu, and I'm going to bring it up later in the show. But Clank has a system, and they have just brought in all these other things overlaying it. And I want to talk to you about how that might affect some of the games we're going to talk about later. But that's Clank from Renegade Games. I think I'm going to send you back down, Steve, because Jay's got a game he wants to talk to. If
do
you
your
don't mind.
thing.
Let me send you back down. BJ from Board Game Gumbo. I've got my guests here. Hamu Dennis from Boardgame Brothas. Jay Bell's helping me out with the interview. And Hamu, this is a game I haven't played at all, but Jay has. Shards of Infinity. Tell me about it, Jay.
Yeah, so Shards is yet another one of the first board games I started to play when I got into the hobby. And it's a drafting game, direct combat, 2 to 4 players. And as you can see, the art is just gorgeous on it. You basically assume the role of one of these 4 factions that's trying to rule the galaxy.
The different colors?
Yeah. There's the blue, the purple, the green, and the gray. And all of them sort of have their own tailored kind of fighting styles, where you're either trying to deal the most damage or maintain health the longest. But there's this really cool sort of mechanic where you can get up to 30 stars is what they call it. And you can do infinite damage. Like BJ, if you maximize that picture right there, you can see like the stronger your character is, the more powerful your cards get. So if you get to 30, you do infinite damage and it's game over.
Oh, that's a cool mechanic. How many shards? How many shards are there?
I
think she's pulling our leg.
Technically there's 30, because once you hit 30, it's like game over.
It would be infinity if it's infinity, right? That's pulling our leg. Oh yeah, she got us good.
But yeah, this one's really crazy. My wife and I
actually built into the card, or is this like a cardboard thing?
So those are little rotating dials that track your health and your star power.
Amika wants to know, how did you find out about this game, Jay?
Oh wow, that's Amika. That's the guy who introduced me to the game. Yeah, that's the guy who introduced me to the game. I haven't played him in a long time. Yeah, props to Emeka for introducing me to this, but quite frankly, I need to play him again because I'd kick his butt now. Like, he taught me how to play, and I think the student has surpassed the teacher now.
So is this a 2-player game, or is it more than 2 players? So one of these
2 to
battle
4.
games?
And what's great is it's a very different game. 2 players, it's just you and your opponent going head to head. And with 4 players, it's completely different because there's a market right there in the middle where you can purchase items and better cards. So that's how you build your deck.
Oh, Hamu, like in Clank, you know how you have those cards that you can buy? They have a kind of a similar market here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it's very different 2 to 4 players because you get attacked 3-4 times when it's 4 players and your turn doesn't come back around until it might be too late and you might be out of health there.
For real.
And that is Shards of Infinity. How long does it take to play?
I'd say 30 to 45 if you know what you're doing.
Shards of Infinity. Hamu, you a card player?
Somewhat. I lose a lot. Hey.
Is this the kind of game you'd be interested in? Kind of a battling game where you're building up your deck and then somebody hits Infinity?
Definitely.
I want to know your professional opinion. What about the art? Jay said he loved the art. Give me that critical eye, man.
All right, let me see. Let's get a good look at that art.
There we go. Oh, shoot.
Man.
I lost it. Hold on.
It's good stuff.
Press the wrong button. Oh, here we go. Give me that. Give me that professional eye. What do you think of that, man?
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Appealing?
Hey, I'm definitely feeling it. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. I like the colors and the shading on that. I like the feel of that.
To Infinity and beyond. Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Shards of Infinity. Well, I haven't tried it, Jay. You got me interested.
Yeah.
I'll bring it by. We can play it one day.
Yeah, let's see. That might be something. Are there a lot of expansions for it?
There are 2. The one I have pictured there, I think it's the Relics of the Future, which just introduces new cards, a little more fun and things to shake it up. And then there's a co-op. There's a co-op expansion that I found out through, I think, Jamie Stegmeyer. And you basically team up against like a really powerful giant AI, and you're using your abilities to try to stop him from taking over the world.
Jordan says he likes the art.
Yeah.
Beth says the brads are kind of weird, stuck right in the art. But it does add those dials instead of having to deal with dice or with gems or something else. So that is interesting. I mean, you got me intrigued. Bring it by the office, Jay, and we'll see if we can get that. BJ from Boardgame Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Hamu Dennis from Boardgame Brothas. We're going to be talking about Hoop Gods in a little while. I also have Jay helping me out. And I brought this game up, Hamu, specifically for you because I saw on Twitter that you like to play games with your daughter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scorpion Mass sent me a copy of a game called Flash 8. Hey, I'm going to tell you right off, Scorpion Mass can be mad at me, but they can be mad at me all they want. When I got the box, I'm like, really? It's a sliding puzzle game. You want me to play a sliding puzzle? You know, at Cracker Barrel or at Circle K, those little things you see at Dollar General where, little sliding puzzles?
Yep,
a sliding puzzle game. So I broke it out. In fact, I might have a picture. Let me see. I got Gabby to help me break it out. She loves.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, she loves punch out games. She helped me punch it out, and then we started playing. The problem is that Gabby didn't understand the sliding part and didn't care about the puzzle part. She just wanted to pick them up. And what did she call them? She called them emojis. They're supposed to be a blue, a yellow, a red, and a green electron. But she's like, no, these are emojis, Pop. And she's picking them up, and she's not sliding them at all. So it was basically me playing by myself. Hamu, I'm like, oh, man, this is exactly what I thought it was, a sliding puzzle game. And then my wife was free, and I asked her to play the next night.
Uh-huh.
And then I realized, wait a minute, we're each going to put up 10 cards, and it's got these little puzzles on them. See that puzzle right there?
Yeah.
You got to match. You got to slide your puzzle around to match that puzzle on the blue card. But here's the trick. I give up 10 of those puzzles. She gives up 10 of those puzzles. We mix them up and we put them in a stack in front of us. And then we play at the same time. And the first one to match either one of those stacks steals the card. And all of a sudden I went, wait a minute, we got a little competition here.
Yeah.
And every once in a while you'd have it lined up where this one matched that one. And if I move one piece, it matches the other one. And look, it matches this next one. And so you get 3 or 4 in a row while your wife, my wife, Lenny, Snow Bunny's trying to get it done. She can't even grab them. Oh, she gets mad. But I realized it's a real time. You know those little time waster games that people like to play, like Candy Crush and stuff like that on your phone? This is like Candy Crush or any one of those games, real time on the board. And it only takes about 10 or 15, 20 minutes to play. And it plays up to 4. So I had my wife bring it to the STM high school club. Now, our high school club right now, because of COVID, is only 3 or 4 people that are allowed to play. But still, she had enough to get it. Hamu, they played 6 times in a row. They would, we got to restart again. You know how high schoolers are, man. They're very competitive.
Right. Absolutely. I can see that.
I'm going to say this. This is not a game that you would sit there and play, all night with your main board game group that wants to play Clank, right?
Right.
But if you're waiting, Hamu is supposed to be here, but the Saints are still playing and he wants to finish watching the game. So he's late and he's texting us saying, "Oh, I'm at the grocery store picking up some stuff." And we know that's not what he's doing. He's still watching. This is a game that Jay, you and we would play out, and we'd break this out and we'd play while waiting for Hamu to finally show up, right? A little filler game. Easy to teach. And you've got a daughter that's the perfect age. This one goes 7 and up.
Okay.
Plays in 10 15 minutes.
Man, she gonna beat me.
It's a dexterity game. So I don't want to oversell this. It's a dexterity game. It's a sliding puzzle game. It's competitive and it's real time. So if any of those things,
it's a setup.
And that's the point. The symbols are all plastic little pieces, and it's an embedded. What do you call that? Like a dual. What do you call those boards where it's
yeah.
What's that called? When you have the boards that have the inlay where you can, put cards in.
Kind of like the double layered boards.
Yeah, double layered boards, like on Scythe. It's a double layered board, so the outside becomes the bracket for the elements to move around on. So yeah, recessed. Yeah, it's a recessed board.
Yeah.
So
that is so cool.
It's not expensive, easy to play, perfect game for families. This is not a game that you would play all night with your game group, but this is definitely a game you play at the start or at the end while waiting for Hamu to show up. So, yeah, nice. Everybody's remembering the words that I just can't remember. Dual layer.
My wife would love that.
All right,
that looks fun.
Yeah, my
so
wife.
That is Flash 8 by the Scorpion Mask, a company up in Canada that's really trying to get their games here. If you heard of a game called Zombie Teens or Zombie Kids, either one of those.
Oh
games,
yeah,
that's the same company right there. All right. BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Hamu Dennis, and my friend Dave Bell. We are talking about some spicy games all night, but the spiciest game we got to talk about is out on Kickstarter right now, and it's called Hoop Gods. Now, I'm not sure what the game is about, but I do know you got to get the 7 points before the other player, Jay. I don't know. Right. I just want to tell you, Jay, the object of the game is to get the 7 points. I don't know why. Hamu, tell us all about Hoop Gods. Where did this thing come from, man? What was the genesis of the idea?
After Rap Gods and our next attempt at a game, Graffiti Nights, we needed another game. And Omari said, basketball. And I mean, it was like a no-brainer. It was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. I haven't seen the basketball game that I want to play. I see a lot of flicking this and flip the ball into the hoop while the thing vibrate or something like that. And that's no. I want to move
dexterity game.
Right. I want to move people around a board. I want to think. I want to be strategic in my moves like basketball. And so let's do that. Omari was, let's go. He brought it to the table. I said, okay, let's go do it. And we decided to make a basketball game. It looks a lot different now than it did in the beginning.
It was more like robots playing basketball at the start. Is that what it was?
Oh, before that. It was something else before that. Because by the time it was robots, it was more this game.
Okay.
We turned the robots back into people. We turned people into robots and then robots into people as we were changing the way the game played. But the original version had a pool of dice. We have this thing with dice. Omari loves dice, and so do I. And we were at Gen Con the first year with Rap Gods, and there was somebody there, and they had a game, and it had a bunch of dice. And I said, "Ooh, let's make a game with a lot of dice." So we just had this whole lot of dice, but the game was lacking, in that that action, that feel of basketball. you were able to do things, but it didn't have that, that interaction with the people, with each other, like it does now. It definitely went through some changes, and we had a lot of great feedback in the playtest because it needed it.
So Hamu, you came to Southern Board Game Fest last year, and you brought 2 games. You brought Graffiti Nights, and I didn't realize this. I didn't see this until I was looking through some pictures that we took during the festival. You actually brought an early copy of Hoop Gods there. Did you get some playtesting over there in Lafayette at all? Were you focused on Graffiti Nights?
No, it was mostly Graffiti Nights, and I had Rap Guys there too. But that was a Graffiti Nights event, and I had the other games with me. And someone had heard about Rap Guides, and I ended up showing some people Rap Guides too. That early version, I think, was called Court Kings at that time. And I may have had that one with me as well at that time. So, yeah, it's changed.
Jay, you got some questions?
Yeah, a bunch.
Yeah,
but my first one, Hamu, you're a baller, like real life, right?
Yeah, I played a little ball in my day.
Yeah, you don't sound so confident.
Didn't you play in college?
No. I ran track in high school, and I only really played on the side. I always played, like we played in like the post office leagues and in the league at the JCC. I was always playing in leagues somewhere off of the
Gotcha.
The neighborhood league, so to speak.
Neighborhood courts, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I was too. And I was thinking about it. I was like, when I played Hoop Gods, I thought, man, it's super easy to know your strategy when you're on the court with your team. Like, who's doing what, who's going where. Is there like a strategy that you develop when you play Hoop Gods where you like, okay, I know I'm gonna make this move, and that's gonna be my play with my guys?
So far, I've come up with some strategies. I have not won too many games yet. I think I may have won 1 or 2 games. But if you want to know what it is?
No. I was just thinking because I got a couple in my head that I'm gonna use on BJ next time.
Yeah. Nah, it's with the way the players are set up, you can kind of get and pick your favorites and move how you want to move. If you want to grab Shane to be able to push that person out of the way to kind of clear the lane for somebody else coming in, because they don't have enough juice to get back and try and block the shot. You see, and I like the big players and the fast players. So I'll usually get like a big Shane and then some fast players with some pass the ball type things. I hardly ever get Yanni, which is a problem for me all the time. Yanni and Devin is always a problem for me.
Yeah. Speaking of the characters, isn't one like modeled after like a family member of yours who plays ball? One of the girls?
Absolutely. It's Yanni. Yanni. That would be my godchild. Yeah. And she plays the center now in the Catholic League at Ursuline.
Gotcha. Is she better in real life, or does she beat you more in this game?
Nah, she's pretty nice.
Yeah.
She's pretty nice at what she can at maintaining that key. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be easy for you getting the shot off, which is why her character is what it is.
Right.
Hey, that's a pretty high praise. Beth says the bodies in this game are amazing. Great work. Love seeing them. You might not know Beth is the artist behind Wingspan, Viticulture. So I could get started. Calico, a million games.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I like
So some of these are actually characters from real life people that you know.
Yeah, it is. Yanni.
Is there a BJ one in there?
Oh no, sorry, BJ, you didn't make the cut this time.
I've been told that before many times in basketball.
Nah, but there's a few of those characters that are modeled behind people. Logan is my daughter. Yanni is my godchild. Devin is a friend of mine that played Rap Gods in the Pro League. Rob is a dual character. He's named after my brother's best friend growing up, whose name is Robbie, essentially Rob. And he looks like me because it's me. think that's the gist of and that's all the ones that are directly modeled after people. Now, Yanni's position and jersey is tribute to Kobe Bryant. The position and the number jersey, that is straight tribute to Kobe Bryant there.
Before you get to your next question, Jay, Hamu, just give a quick elevator pitch to people that might not know what Hoop Gods is all about. So how's the game played?
Hoop Gods, 3-on-3 street ball with strategy of moving players around, combined with the drama of real-time dice rolling in order to see who's successful, and maintaining juice is the most important thing because you need juice for everything in the game. Good?
That's it. Yeah, that makes it. All right, back to you, Jay.
So going back to your shoe collection, right? Because I've been stalking your Instagram, frankly. The shoe game is on point.
Thank you.
What's probably your favorite pair? Like, if you could turn around and point out one of those that's the gotta have always. Yeah,
gotta be that green pair behind your ear. Look at that green pair. That is slick.
The green. They're on that side.
Oh, look at that green pair, Jay.
Yeah,
I like
green's my color.
Right. So why is that other one your favorite pair?
That is the pair that my friends had on when we graduated high school that I couldn't afford while we were going to all of the parties.
That's what it is.
Yep. That was it. That is it. I couldn't get it then, and I have it now.
Story behind that shoe.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the one. That is the one.
There's those days.
The one at the top. What is that? The tens. The tens right here. That was tens are not this color, not that colorway, but the tens are actually the first Jordans I bought for me and Omari at the same time. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Tennis shoe life. Sneakerheads.
So Jay, you a sneakerhead too, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I don't rock the Jordans, but the Nikes and the Dunks. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're real big for me. So I used to be on Nike ID creating shoes like all night.
For real?
I
never did that. I always wanted to.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yes.
You got those special pair on the first day of school that nobody else had. Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. It's this Jordan thing right now. And I just never was able to have them too much when I was growing up. So as an adult, I get them, but I pretty much wear everything. You see, I got Pumas over here, and I got some some Alpha Dunks up there, and yeah, we kind of get fresh with the shoes, man.
Yeah. So my last question is actually about the ballers in the game. You mentioned I think it was Rob? No, Devin. I remember when you guys tweeted about tagging NBA players. I was like, he reminds me of Kevin Garnett. And Kevin Garnett, that's my dude, And I looked and I was like, Devin's wearing green. Devin looks like Kevin Garnett. And I was like, hold up. Did Hamu get like inspiration from NBA or what's going on there?
I may have had a shot at Kevin Garnett around. It's the green. Good eye.
Yeah. That's what it is, man.
I thought I might have been hiding it, but no. You got it with the green. Good job.
Yeah.
The games are always going to be full of little stuff that you'll figure out at some point.
Nice.
I love Easter eggs.
All right, so I am curious. If you had your choice of anybody to play Hoop Gods in the NBA world, that you taking on one other NBA player, past or present, who would that be?
I would I'd have to go with MJ.
MJ? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Man to man, some cigars and some brandy, huh? And a little hoop guy.
Who would you pick?
Oh man, that's tough. Probably Paul Pierce.
Oh, Paul Pierce.
I'm gonna go with Paul Pierce.
You go, Paul?
Because I can't. I want to lose to Garnett, but then at the same time, I want to beat him. And I'm gonna just go with Paul Pierce.
It would be Shaq Diesel for me. Number one,
nice.
you knew it'd be fun, right?
LSU
the whole time. LSU grad, of course, the doctor, and I've seen that boy shoot. I've seen him shoot free throws. He would fumble those dice. I would win every dice battle. I would win every dice battle.
And I the dice.
You might not remember this, Hamu, for Gen Con online. We did that Punchboard Media thing, and you and Omari went after each other on Tabletopia when we were watching it. And those dice were giving you a little trouble, man. It's the toughest part of the game.
Trouble, man. They always. I'm not the dice. They beef with me in Rap Gods because I'm bad in dice. Yeah,
that's right, Topher. I'm going for the 45% career. That dude, he is going to just stumble around with this. It's on Kickstarter right now. Hey, not only can you get Hoop Gods, if you missed out on Rap Gods, and it's pretty much sold out everywhere, right, Hamu? Pretty much, yeah. Absolutely. You can get in on the reprint. It's already funded, so you don't have to worry about that part. You know they're going to deliver. They're going to deliver on time, and it's going to look. Jay, the game came out. I mean, Rap Gods came out amazing, man. It's like something you really want to show off to people. You guys did it right.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
And Hoop Gods looks the same way. I've already got to play it. Jay's already got to play it. Wait, yeah, you and I played together, Jay. I think so. Didn't we play one?
We're gonna play again.
I'm ready.
Yes. I put it on I put my Rap Gods medallion on a chain.
Yeah.
So that's what I put. That's what I put in my box when I'm playing with my people. So FYI, you could drill a hole in it if you want to.
Yeah, look, I'm telling you, you're going to get a ton of stuff. Now, this is the prototype. This is not the final components, but you're going to get a ton of stuff in this game. An amazing board. I don't know how you did it, Hamu, but when Jay and I set the board out, and it won't show it like this, when we set the board out, and then we put these. I mean, they're not fluorescent. But somehow you get this kinetic energy just looking at the board, all set up with the players and everything. And then today we find out that you got a little bit of lanyap. And in Louisiana, we love lanyap. You guys had a stretch goal, putting up hoops on each side.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited about that.
I love that. So I'm telling you, hey, Chat Krewe out there, this is gonna be a fantastic production. Jay and I can vouch. The gameplay is like, it's like NBA Jam, as Monique and Naveen said. It's NBA Jam on the tabletop. Even more than that, remember we were talking about Clank and the system. To me, Hamu, Jay, don't you think that this could be a system? You could translate this to other sports. I mean, Omari really fine-tune this game to where it's transferable. It feels like basketball. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it's like an abstract. I'm saying that the system behind the basketball could be translated to other fast action sports. Have you all thought about that? Like 3-on-3 lacrosse.
Yeah.
On grass.
It's something that we kind of have a small conversation. It's not too much right up in here. We definitely gonna keep that on the table because there's more games to do for more people in more places. We're not just limited to making games for us. You know what I mean? We can do that for other people. So, I mean, it's wide open. We wide open with things and, where we can go with this stuff, because the system is great. God, I love the juice system that he created for this game is amazing.
It's one of the best cooldown mechanics. I think, Jay, you and I were talking about this. One of the best cooldown mechanics we've ever seen. I mean, it makes you think. Hey, wait, what's weird is that most cooldown mechanics are all about, I don't want to put too much because then it's going to be out. But in this one, it makes you want to go all the way to the end because you get the greatest of all time card. You want that goat card. Right. Jay, you were stockpiling goat cards. You needed to play them. You can't just have them in your back pocket. You got to play those things, man.
I need to just beat you so you can stop bragging.
You should.
I don't win games. I never win games. I wrote this one and put it on my wall. I'm telling you. I was surprised myself. I'm terrible. Jay beats me at everything. So, but by now I'm sure, Jay, you're gonna whoop my butt on it. So yeah, that is Hoop Gods. It's out on Kickstarter right now. We're showing off some of the art. We're showing off some of the gameplay. As I said on Twitter the other day, it's photogenic, man. It just looks amazing on the table. It really does.
Hey, we got time for one more question, BJ?
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of time. Yeah, I'm rolling.
So here's my question, Hamu.
Yeah.
If we could get an expansion for the Ballers, and you can only choose one category, it could be no rights reserved. You do whatever you want. Would you pick N1? Would you pick Toon Squad? Any of the NBA Ballers, or those three. Which one would you pick?
Choices.
Probably Toon Squad.
Okay.
Yeah, probably
Bugs in there.
Yeah, two reasons.
MJ.
Three reasons.
Don't lie, MJ.
Nah, I would like to the license. Possibly a dual license and a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
All as a pack.
Nice.
As a big box, you see? Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Dave said not the Monstars, man. Nobody wants to play the Monstars. No, the Monstars playing.
Powers.
Yeah, I go with that Jam Crew, man. Bugs, come on, Bugs, Roadrunner.
Right.
What? That's my dude, Coyote, son. I will give Coyote all the skills.
How that's a cheap license to get, man. Go get that IP. It can't be that hard to get that, man, right? Looney Tunes. All right, so that's
call up some people.
Hey, Jay
how y'all know
asked me to put that in the universe, so we put that in the universe. Let's see what happens, huh?
You never know. You never know. That's Hoop Gods. It's on Kickstarter right now from Board Game Brothers. Like I said, the price is right. You can even get Rap Gods if you want. They got some Lanyap. I'm sure there's some more stretch goals waiting for us, right? Maybe even some miniatures. I see if we hit the right goals. Yeah, some miniatures. Can you buy some minis? Although I will tell you this, Hamu, I like the standees. Jay, you and I were talking about this. It looks cool with the standees just by themselves.
Yeah, definitely. I've played a couple games with minis, and this one doesn't need it. I think it'll be awesome with it, but I like the standees too.
I will make it happen. Make a Toon Squad versus the Monster, but you're gonna have to make some changes so it just kind of resembles the Toon Squad and the Monster.
All right. Why? Yeah.
We're getting some other ones
about that.
Globetrotters. That was my other option I was gonna get.
That's interesting. What you think? Globetrotters, Jay?
I'd go with N1.
You go with N1? I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about N1. I just haven't been paying too much attention to the N1 as of late, so I don't really know how, if anyone is carrying.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's Hoop Gods out on Kickstarter right now from Board Game Brothers. Check that out. Hamu, it's a board game show. This is Gumbo Live. We got to play a board game, right?
Hey, play a board
game.
Ready
for a board game? All right.
Sure.
I'll put the name file back in. Steve, can you tell Hamu what we're playing tonight and how we're going to be playing?
Well, we're all in BJ's hands, so God help us at this point. BJ's got a game set up for us called Boardgame, the Heartthrob, and he's going to give us 3 rounds. And in the first round, you got it set up so that it's going to be, we're going to be considering games that we could play. And we're going to have to try and guess what each of the other people might choose as their game that they would like to play if they could. In the second round, it's going to be the same games. And how have you done it, BJ? Is the second round with food?
Yeah, we're doing drinks tonight.
With drinks. Okay, so the second round is going to be those same games, but paired with different drinks. We've got to do the same thing again and figure out who's going to pick which one of those. And the very last is the company. The who would you play it with, right, BJ? That's your third round. Same thing, games, drinks, plus the company, who you'd play it with. We'll do it in 3 rounds, and we'll add up who got everybody's predictions right, because I'm going to have to guess what BJ and Jay and you and Verla might say. So you got the shot at getting 4 points in each round.
And the chat crew.
Oh, you got chat in there too. All right. So 5 points in each round we could be earning. And I'll try and keep track of the scores.
Hey, by the way, that's Nick Elkins. Nick played ball with one of the Manning brothers there, Hamu. Oh yeah. I can't remember which one it was. Nick, I think it was Archie Manning, right? The original, the father. No. It's either Peyton. He'll let us know. It's one of the Manning brothers. He played with him at Newman, right? I think. Nick will tell us.
Going back.
Yeah. So we got a Newman boy here. We got a St. Aug boy here. Jay, you were in Metairie, right?
I was gonna go to St. Aug, but Hurricane Katrina moved me to Baton Rouge.
Yeah, you went to Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Nick is saying Eli.
I'm sorry. We would have been happy over there, Jay.
He played ball with Eli, man. Eli Manning. Yeah.
Oh,
like that.
There's the three of you, and there's a Yankee up here.
All right, so Steve, I'm going to send you back down.
Yep.
We also have Verla. Verla, you can you hear us? Verla, can you hear us? Oh, hold on. How about now, Verla?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Can you all hear? Can you all hear Verla?
Yeah.
All good.
All right, so let me send Steve. You can still hear me?
I can still hear you. You all hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Good to
All
go.
right, good. All right, so Hamu, any questions about the Heartthrob? It's board game, the Heartthrob, not Heartthrob, the board game, of course.
Okay.
That would be right.
The first category is what?
First category, I'm going to give you 3 games.
Okay.
And then you're gonna write down on a little piece of paper or wherever you want what game each of us would play. All right. So you got to think of what game you would play. You got to think of the game Jay and BJ and Verla and Steve and the chat crew. And chat crew, you're in there. You got to help us out here. Let's start with the games. So the first game is game A. Is Dinosaur Party. And Hamu, you know that game, right?
Yep.
Dinosaur Party, it's from Restoration Games. Basically, you're all British subjects and you're drinking tea and you're trying to figure out who everybody is, right? So that's A. B is High Rise, a city building game from Gil Hova and Farmel Ferret. And C, we're only doing 3 games here. Hamu, I picked it for you, man. Marvel United. I've been Twitter stalking you, Hamu.
I see that.
So there's your 3 choices. You got Dinosaur Tea Party, you got Marvel United, and High Rise. So you just gotta write out who you think each person is going to be.
And the chat crew, right?
Oh yeah, and don't forget
Yes,
about
no
the
law?
chat crew. Don't forget about the chat crew.
Oh man.
Yeah. Don't forget. So I'm going to go with the.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I know what I want. I think I know what the chat crew is going to pick.
And I got to pick my own. We got to pick our own too, because other people are going to be guessing ours.
You gotta pick your own.
Oh man.
You got to pick your own. Right.
Yeah, I know what Jay's going to pick. I got it. I got him squared out, man. I think I know what Verla and. All right, I'm locked in, man.
Same.
I am locked in. All right. Yeah. Now don't look at the chat. Everybody, put it on host.
Yeah. Put it on. Put it on
cheating.
host.
No cheating.
Yep.
Now, once you locked in, of course, you can look. So he doesn't know the name.
All right.
I definitely know the match game 73. I used to actually watch.
Dumb Donald was so dumb.
Dumb Donald was so dumb.
Okay. All right.
Charles, let's go to Charles Nelson Riley. Charles,
All right.
Dumb Donald was so dumb.
I'm ready.
Fanny. Let's go to Fanny.
Fanny Flag.
Fanny Flag. All right, so here we go. Yeah, that just went over about 1,000 people's heads.
It's me and BJ talking to each other at this point.
Oh my God! Oh really? No, you don't know that game, huh, Jay? No, the match game 73, 78. No, match game 78, 76, something like that.
70s, yeah, in the 70s.
Watch the heck out of that.
God, we're old.
All right, so let's start with Jay. Jay, give us your. So how does this work? He's gonna give us.
Jay's gonna choose for each of us,
okay.
and
then reveal his choice.
And then reveal his at the end. We'll all do the reveal at the end so we can count points.
Count points up in your head there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for
Jay,
BJ, I chose High Rise for BJ.
Okay. Do I tell him now, or do we wait?
No, hold off until the end, because otherwise, I suppose we could do it that way. We'd all just guess BJ's, and he could tell us if we were right.
Oh yeah, okay, let's do that.
Do it that way. We'll all take a guess on BJ's. What we wrote down.
Right. Jay says High Rise. Hamu.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Steve.
I took a shot on Dinosaur Tea Party for you.
Interesting. A poor choice, but go ahead, Verla.
High Rise for you, BJ.
High Rise is the answer. I chose High Rise. I absolutely love that game. Oh man, I love that game. All right. So next
we can go to somebody else who can try to guess who's the next person. We'll go around the room and guess them.
Jay, let's guess Hamu. What you got for Hamu?
I picked Marvel United.
I went with Marvel United myself. Yeah, look at that! Look at that smile, Steve.
Yeah, I heard the reaction. I went with Marvel United too.
Yeah, that's it.
Perla?
Oh
That
yes.
was me. That was
All
me.
right. We all got points on that one.
All right, give yourself a point if you got that one right.
Mhm.
All right, Jay. What about Steve? What you got for Steve?
That one was tough, but
Yeah.
I went with High Rise.
Mhm.
Hamu, what'd you go with, Steve?
High Rise.
I went with High Rise also. Verla?
So did I.
Oh, the bad news is that you're all wrong.
What? You're a New
Yeah.
York boy.
I am, but I'm also a Marvel fan. Marvel United was the call.
Oh,
I would have
interesting.
never thought that in a million years, Steve.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
Yep.
I
Man,
got a 0.
BJ, we don't know him as well as we thought we did.
we don't. We don't.
I'm keeping
That was
I'm
my
keeping the
second
mystery
choice.
alive. I got to keep the mystery alive.
Apparently so.
No, my second choice was Dinosaur Tea Party. I was way off. All right, Jay, what you got for Verla? What you got for Verla?
I went with High Rise.
Hamu?
Dinosaur Tea Party.
Interesting. Steve?
I chose High Rise too. Gave it a shot.
I went with High Rise because you love Euros. Come on, Verla. You love Euros.
True, but I have been really intrigued because I've heard great things about the art in Dinosaur Tea Party. I'm gonna
Oh,
try.
Hamu with the 3-pointer.
From
Very
3.
nice.
Oh
by
man,
himself in the corner of the court, nobody even guarding him, and he sinks it. Wow.
that's right.
Give me still a point, Hamu.
He had time to set his. He had time to set his feet. Got everything just right.
You can't give Hamu that much time. You can't give him that
No.
much time and open look
No,
at the
no,
basket.
no.
No. All right, so what do we have left?
We've got Jay
We haven't done Jay.
and the chat.
Hamu, what you got for Jay?
I have Marvel United for G.
All the way. It's Marvel United or die. I'm telling you. Verla?
I said High Rise for Jay.
Ah.
I look at Jay's avatar, and it's got to be Marvel United. Either that, or he's just punking us completely. I mean,
Oh, good guesses there, guys. Yeah, I went with Marvel.
Yes.
there we
for
go.
sure.
That's the
Yes.
stuff.
All right, last up. Hamu, what you
I'm a
got
huge
for
Marvel guy.
what do you think the chat crew picked?
High Rise. I got the chat group on High Rise.
I went with Marvel United, but I don't think I was close at all. What you got, Jay?
I went with High Rise.
Steve?
Interesting. I took a shot on Dinosaur Tea Party again. Now that I said it, I'll take a look in public chat and see what they say.
What you think, Verla?
Marvel United.
I don't think they voted. It looks like they were picking our people and not their own.
Well, I got Nick and Beth saying Dinosaur Tea
no,
Party.
you're right.
Oh no, they're betting along with us.
I don't know. I think
We might not have made it.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's their
wasn't
pick.
really clear what the chat was supposed to be doing.
We might not have made it clear that the chat had to pick too.
All right, Chat Krewe, I'm not sure you heard the instructions. It's okay to pick Verla's and me and Jay's and Hamu's, but you also have to tell us what you want. And so I see 2 dinosaur parties, I see a high rise, and I see another high rise. 2 high rises.
But I don't know if they may have been talking during our picks for each other.
We're gonna scratch the first round just for the chat.
Scratch the first round of chat.
Yeah, Nick says that was his pick. So, but we're gonna scratch the first round. That was a
That's
practice
fair.
round for the chat crew as we bring them up to speed. It's
You know,
okay.
you've heard me say this before, BJ. You're playing a new game for the first time. First game is the first pancake off the pan. It's no good. You feed it to the dog. You go on to the next round.
Man, the first pancake off the pan.
That was the pancake pick right there. All right, so let's go to number 2.
The pancake pick.
She's
All
no
right,
Beth's gonna eat.
back to host chat.
Beth says she's going to eat that pancake. She refuses. She wants. Next up, if we're going to play board games at Hamu's house, we got to have some liquid refreshment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything more New Orleans than the Sazerac? We got a
Sazerac.
Sazerac for the first one. I'm telling you, Steve, I did my homework on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, we got some Houdat Golden Ale from Urban South Brewery. By the way, their tangerine. The tangerine pop is fantastic. Paradise Pier, too boring. But and I haven't tried the Houdat, but their tangerine pop is awesome. And of course, man, you can't play board games in New Orleans and not have some Barks, because Barks got sparks, baby. Barks got bite. We got Barks or Diet Barks. Diet Barks if you want it, right? So let's look at the games. We got Dinosaur Tea Party, and of course, a tea party. You can have a nice little Sazerac, bunch of gentlemen and gentlewomen.
Oh,
High Rise with the Golden Ale, who dat? Marvel United with the Barks. So this is what you're doing, Hamu. You're picking the pair. You can't mix and match.
Okay.
And you don't have to go with your first answer, Hamu. You can in the second round, you can say, you know what? I was High Rise or Marvel United the first time, but man, I really want some Golden Ale. So we're doing the same thing. Pick all of your people and yourself, but you're going Dinosaur Tea Party with Sazerac, High Rise with Who Dat, or Marvel United with Barks. Man, I get Jay and Hamu on the show, and I can feel my Cajun accent just coming out every time.
Same.
I do. When I go to the parish, I do the same thing. I start talking talking about Mama's house, and it starts flowing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds
Pretty
good.
soon I'm gonna be talking about my boudin. I want some boudin. I got to go down to the Mardi Gras. All right.
Bro, I gotta go make the one out about
man.
soon to get some boudin.
I know. Come to Lafayette, man. I'll get you some boudin. All right. Man.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go. What's the? All right. Hide that chat crew, so we're not cheating. What is that chat crew gonna do?
All right, I think I'm set. I think I'm wrong, but I think I'm set.
Same here.
I think I'm getting close.
I'm having trouble.
We didn't keep track of the scores so far, but I'm gonna after this round is done, I'll ask you your counts on round 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, while we're doing that,
We'll math it up.
Yeah. So do you have the scores?
I haven't yet, but if we go back and see how many you got right in the first round, I got 2 in the first round.
I got 2, so put me down for 2, Steve.
Okay.
Jay, what'd you get in the first round?
Looks like I got 2 also.
Okay.
I think, Steve, what was yours again?
I had 2. My actual choice? Marvel.
Yeah, what was your choice again?
Marvel.
Okay, then I got 2. Not.
And how? Yeah, you had 3 points.
I have 3. Yeah, High Rise.
All right.
I mean,
Okay.
BJ, Verla, and Jay.
Almost winning
So
right now.
my embarrassing lead of Dinosaur Tea Party for BJ doesn't make that much of a difference. I'm still in it.
You're still in it. We're all still in it. All right. So here we go.
All right. I think I'm
Hamu,
good.
you start. So Hamu, help us out. What did Jay pick out of Dinosaur Tea Party, High Rise, and Marvel United with those drinks?
I have Jay still at Marvel United with the Barks.
All right. I went with Marvel United with Barks.
Yeah.
Steve?
Me too.
Yep.
I don't think the drinks are enough to turn him off of Marvel.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I chose the same.
Jay, give it up.
Yeah, you're totally right.
So we can all write this in for round 3 then too. Is that the point?
I'm getting We'll see. We'll see. Hey, I got a point there. But Nick is right. It's Barks in a bottle, not in a can. I know I messed it up, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, take away my Llewellyn card. And Topher, it is a whiskey drink. Sazerac is made with Sazerac rye or any kind of rye whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bitters, some sugar cubes, and I forgot there's one of the it's absinthe. A little tiny bit of absinthe in there. Oh, hey, there's Mick checking in. Mick Fitch
Mick.
checking in. All right.
Hey.
All right. So that was Jay. Hamu, what you got for Steve?
Mm-hmm.
The Dinosaur Tea Party combo pack with the center.
I was tempted because I know he likes his whiskey, but I went with High Rise because you're a beer man, Steve, and even though you're not a Whodot, you would have tried the beer. Verla?
Mm-hmm.
I went with Dinosaur Tea Party.
Jay?
I went with Dinosaur Tea Party.
Man, I must be off then.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. It has nothing to do with Dinosaur Tea Party. It's the Sazerac. You're right that if it was going to be a mixed cocktail, that's the one that's pulling me to the table.
You know, I put that in there for you. Really, I put it in there for you, and then I went away with my choice. That was
well,
fuck myself out of it. All right,
now you know your error.
Dang it. All right, Hamu, what you got for Verla?
Dinosaur Tea Party.
I went with Marvel United because she's intrigued by the Barks. She wants to try the Barks. Jay?
I went with Dinosaur Tea Party
Interesting. I went with High Rise and the Who Dat.
All right.
Ooh.
Interesting. Well, I went with Marvel and the Barks.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't drink a lot of soda, but when I do, it's root beer.
There it is.
Solid.
Nice.
I'll take that one. Okay, so we did Steve, we did Burla. Did we do Jay? We did Jay.
We did Jay. Yep, that was the Marvel.
Oh,
So
Jay,
we got BJ, Hamu, and the chat left, I think.
all right, so let's do mine. Hamu, what you got for me?
let me go. All right. I was at the Dinosaur Tea Party combo.
Interesting. Jay?
I think BJ chose High Rise.
Oh,
You
we
would
called it for BJ?
Yes.
this
yeah.
is for BJ.
Oh, my bad. I called somebody else's. Oh, BJ. I got BJ for High Rise.
All
And
right,
the
so
Who
High
Dat.
Rise, Hamu.
That Who Dat
Yeah,
gonna
he
get
seems
him.
like a who that kind of person.
Yeah, I went the same way with High Rise and the Who Dat.
Same here. 100%.
Ever the Cylon. I figured y'all would pick that, and I did not.
You didn't?
Yeah.
Oh, I went with the Sazerac, man. I want some rye whiskey.
Oh man.
A little bit of accent. Oh, I want a nice. And I'm going to start talking in a terrible British accent. Come on, I'm doing that.
It would be hilarious at a British Tea Party, bro.
Very bad. All right, so the last one we got is Jay. No, the last one
We got Hamu and the Chat Krewe. We haven't done chat
Jay,
yet.
what you got for Hamu?
I went with Marvel. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I went with.
Verla?
I went with Dinosaur Tea Party.
Steve?
I saw him light up at the idea sitting across from MJ with something a little more of a stiff drink. So I went with the Sazerac and Dinosaur Island or Dinosaur Tea Party.
Hamu, I was so tempted. I wanted to go that Sazerac, but man, I know you like Marvel United. I'm going to go with Marvel United because you're going to do that and you're going to love that Barks root beer.
Well, let's see. It was the Dinosaur Tea Party combo.
There we go.
And the reason is because I haven't played High Rise. I still haven't played Marvel United yet. It's there, but I still haven't played it. It's me and my kid, and she don't want to play. But Dinosaur Tea Party, I know very well. I have a great time playing it, and it's fun with that. I believe it would be fun with that particular drink.
Solid.
Nice.
Solid.
Yes.
All right, so just the chat crew left. Did
Just
the
the chat. Oh, let's take a look in public chat. Let's go back and look here and see where they started talking.
I don't think
it was back when Beth refused to throw the pancake to the dog.
they're still not doing it. I don't think.
No Cube Zone says Marvel and Barks. Marvel and Barks and a Po' Boy. Po' Boy and Barks. It's looking like Marvel and Barks. To me.
That's not what I had.
Yeah, that's not what I had either.
That's not what
That is what I chose.
I picked the
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Always go with the Marvel.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. So let's do a little scoring here. Who got what in that round? I'm down for another 2.
I got a trade.
I got 2.
I got
Same
4.
here, too.
4. What?
She knows us all. Hey, she's the overlord, and we're just playing in her game.
Well, it's her game, and we're just playing. All right. So Verla got 4. Say again. 4. 2
Yeah,
for
I
me.
got Steve, Hamu, Jay, and the chats.
And BJ, you had a 2.
I got 3.
3. I'm sorry. Hamu, what'd you have?
2.
2 for okay.
Yeah.
How's our
2
score?
and BJ, and I'm missing yours, Jay. What'd you have?
2.
2. All right.
Our scores there.
This is interesting. All right. Verla has a slight lead last round.
Yeah, what are the scores?
Verla's got 6. BJ and Hamu are tied at 5. And Jay and I are at 4.
Hey, Hamu. All right. Last round. So we got a game and we got a drink. We need some people to play, Hamu, right?
Right.
All right. So we're gonna have the perfect group. Of course, the first people, you got to play NCIS, New Orleans. You got Pride, you got LaSalle, and you got Percy. They're going to be playing Dinosaur Tea Party with you, drinking some Sazeracs with Pride, Percy, and LaSalle. Or
Mhm.
Your second choice is you can play High Rise with some Who Dat beer with three Who Dats, right?
Nobody
Mike
saw
Thomas,
that coming.
Alvin
Wow.
Kamara, and Drew Brees. Got the triplets there. Although Mike Thomas, not my favorite person right now, right? Because we're not seeing him playing. But you know what? I'm gonna give it to him. He's hurt, so as soon as he gets back, he'll be fine. So, all right. So,
yeah.
And the third one, we got to play Marvel United with some Barks. And who loves Marvel United more than the three Hamus? Right? So you're going to be playing with Hamu 1, Hamu 2, and Hamu 3. You're going to be playing Marvel United. With
He goes back to the well.
It worked the first time. When Hamu posted this on Twitter, I knew exactly what game we were playing because I want to play a game.
Wow.
Jay, look at these faces Hamu's making.
This is me and my three brothers every game night.
Hamu, what is this
Man.
what is this picture about, man?
Just like Omari said, I had a new gimbal, and everybody in my house was sleeping. So
I love the way your brain works. All right, so everybody, take a moment, turn off that chat crew. Now, chat crew, listen up. You are picking. You can make all the guesses you want about it, but we want to hear what your choices would be if you had the choice between Dinosaur Tea Party with the Who Dat beer and NCIS, High Rise with Dinosaur Tea Party with the Sazerac and NCIS, High Rise with Who Dat beer and the Saints, or Marvel United with Barks and Hamu Dennis times 3. All right, and then we're gonna get to work on doing what? I'm not even going for the weird comedic effect here. I think that's what I'm going to do.
This is tough.
This is going to be a tough one.
it is.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one. Let's see.
It's rough because I can't see Verla's face. I could see all of your faces when each of them came up. Verla is going undercover.
The three Hamus.
Oh, man.
3 Hamus. Yeah. Oh, dang it, man. What is Jay going? Jay, you are a cipher on this.
Yeah,
one.
Jay's who I've got left too.
Who does it? Jay, look this way. Look to your left. Look to your right. Oh, there it is. Now we know.
Okay, I know. We see the tell. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. That's what we need.
You don't know me.
All right.
You haven't played it.
All right. Now we got it. All right. I'm locked in. I got all mine. Hands off the board. Locked in.
Me too. I'm locked.
Hey, Steve, when you get a chance, start counting those votes on the.
Yeah, I'll take a look in public here. Let's see where we left off last time. It was Barks. Okay.
Early, you locked in?
I think I got it.
I'm good.
Hamu got his hands up. Jay's up. All right, good.
Yep.
All right. So let's start with Jay. Hamu, what you got for Jay?
I have Jay still at Marvel.
Yeah, I went with Marvel too. The opportunity to do Marvel with Hamu Dennis times 3.
That would be hilarious.
All right, Steve, what you got for Jay?
I struggled with Jay at the end because I saw him light up at the Saints, but I think I'm going to stick with Marvel and the 3 Hamus.
3 Hamus. Verla?
Yeah, same thing for the reasons Steve just said.
All right, give it up, Jay.
Yeah, man. That's without a doubt.
All right.
Like,
now, the sad thing is, since we all got it right, I make up no ground. That does nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to pick what Steve's going to pick so I can stay.
What with me? I'm 2 behind you. You got to worry about who's in front of you and next to you.
I just need Verla to falter. That's it.
She's not doing it.
He's like Seabiscuit. Can she get to the finish line? We're going to see. We're going to see. Hamu. All right, so Jay, what did Hamu pick this time?
it was tough, but I don't think he'd want to play himself. That would just be wild. So I went with High Rise with the Saints.
Hey, wasn't that tough?
Like the move.
Like, I'm thinking the same thing. Hamu's not going to want to play with 3 Hamus, so I went with High Rise because he's going to want to play and the chance to play with the Saints. Oh.
Right?
All right, Steve, what you got?
I went the same way. Who that going to play and drink with them Saints?
There it is.
That was my vote as well.
Hamu, make us all happy, man.
Nope. Yeah. I went with the NCIS people with dinosaur.
What?
Oh man,
Likes his dinosaur tea party.
he stayed true.
Yeah.
Are you an NCIS New Orleans fan?
Not particularly, but from my understanding, they're all in the acting game. So I think that they would really knock that game out the park.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
And with a little sipping going on. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes
There
sense.
you go.
That does make sense. All right. So Jay, what you got for Steve?
For Steve, I said tea party.
I said
I don't know what it was, but yeah.
I said tea party, and I wasn't thinking what Hamu was, but now it makes sense to me. You'd
Mhm.
want to see Steve a little drinky poo and a little active. You want to see how wild and loose they got. Verla, what you got? for
I
Steve?
think Steve would want the entertainment of 3 Hamus and Marvel.
Okay.
The metaphysical question of how that would happen, right? Hamu,
Yeah.
what you got?
Exactly.
I've got him with the Saints players in high rise.
Okay.
Sports fan,
Oh,
Saints fan. So what you got?
there is bad news for anybody trying to catch Verla.
Oh,
She got it right. She got it right. It's back to Marvel and the 3 Hamus.
What was it about Hamu? Was it that?
It was, yeah, it brought me back. Put it together with Marvel and the Barks I could take or leave. I would probably have something else other than the Barks, but the first and the last made the comment. Made it work. And BJ, you asking to see me haven't had something else to drink. You've seen that at the online bachelor party, so you you know what that is.
It's true. All right. So
That's
Jay,
Verla only, I think.
Jay, what you got for Verla?
For Verla, I went with tea party.
Mm-hmm.
Hamu?
I went with Saints players.
Steve?
For Verla, I had Marvel Barks and the Hamus.
I also went with the Hamus, and I think that's the attraction. She would really like to see how that happens.
I'm regretting my choice.
well, Steve and BJ,
All right.
you chose right.
Uh,
I don't think you guys chose mine. I don't think I did.
No, we
mine.
haven't done you
can't
yet.
even
We still
make
have
that answer. I was wrong.
we still
so I
have
can't be
we
mad
still
at
have
that.
BJ in the chat. BJ in the chat left.
Yeah.
All right. So Hamu, what do you have for me? And I want to hear some reasons. What you got?
BJ, I have for you the NCIS crew and the dinosaur tea party and the drink. Because I think the drink is going to beat everything else.
Interesting. Jay?
So, BJ, I chose High Rise because one, I know how much you love the Saints, and two, because I didn't choose Marvel only because you have Hamu right here. Like you can just call him up or tweet him. So, yeah, I went with High Rise.
Steve?
I went the same way Jay did. I thought the Saints were the clincher on that one. I heard you talk about the Who Dat, and you were very clear about which Who Dat you didn't want to drink, but you were very careful to put the one on the page that you did want to drink. So I went with that one.
Interesting. Verla?
I went with Marvel.
I'll tell you the one I should have picked was Dinosaur Tea Party. After hearing Hamu's explanation, I would have gone with that.
Yeah.
But I picked Marvel United because the metaphysical idea of Hamu staring at me playing Marvel United. Hey, it's a cooperative game, right? We're slamming down some Barks, and we're trying to win this game. And I've got 3 Hamu staring at me. Oh, it'd be a record.
Bro, those crews, bro.
All right. So what about the chat crew?
I'm looking at the chat right now, and I'm not seeing a ton of choices, but other than Topher saying the start of a good joke, 3 Hamus walk into a bar.
Well, Nick says High Rise.
Nick says High Rise, but
I see Marvel.
I see 2 Marvels and only one of the other 2, I think, if I'm looking at it from the right point.
Yep.
I'm thinking it was the Marvel
Looks
and
like
the Hamus.
Marvel. Yeah, looks like
just
Marvel.
by a shade.
That's who I picked, so that's a point for me.
That's what I got too.
I picked 2.
All right, so let's hear what y'all got. I got 3 on that one.
8 points total for me.
It's not who I got 1 on the last one, so I'm at 6.
I got 1.
6 for Hamu, Jay. 5 for you.
Yeah,
I think Verla's gonna. If Verla was making too many happy noises over there, what'd you end up with, Verla?
I got 4 on this last round.
4 on the last round too. Wow.
Hey, Beth wants to know Hamu. Do the Hamus get along? Do they?
2 of them do.
Two. Well, let's see.
Two of them.
Send Jay back
That
down.
was fun.
I'm gonna send Jay back down. That was really good.
Jeez.
All right, so Hamu, we got that Kickstarter going on. It is Hoop Gods. Still got some time left. Any last words to talk to the chat crew about what's going on with Hoop Gods?
Yeah, Hoop Gods is, we're finalizing what we need to finalize on it to get everything done with it. Yeah, it's going to be custom dice. Those gems are not going to be gems. I believe we're going to actually have little bitty wooden bottles or something like that made, the juice bottles, so to speak. And yeah, we're on Kickstarter right now. We're funded. We're trying to move forward. We're trying to get to that big mark, that 100 grand mark, so that we could get those minis made. A lot of people want the minis, so hey, we're a small company trying to do big things. So all help is needed and appreciated.
Yep. Check that out. Hoop Gods on Kickstarter from Boardgame Brothers. That's our Game Time presented by Game Toppers LLC. Hey, Hamu, make your game nights a showstopper when you play on those beautiful Game Toppers. They're a big sponsor and a friend of Southern Board Game Fest, our annual fundraiser for the New Hope Foundation here in Lafayette. All right, board gamers, that's it for another episode of Gumbo Live. Hamu, how can people reach you? I really want to thank you for coming in, but people may have some questions. How can they reach you?
It was my pleasure. On our site, boardgamebrothers.com, social media at BG Brothers, me at Hamu Dennis, or I'm on Facebook as my whole full name for Hamu Dennis. If you need to spell it, it's FAHAMU Dennis on Facebook. And reach out. I'm easy to find. And also on Twitter. What am I on Twitter, BJ? I forget. It's at
Hamu Dennis?
Hamu Dennis. Yeah. I think it's
Hamu 3?
on
And Hamu 3? Not Hamu 3?
I don't know.
You can find Board Game Brothers easy on Twitter.
Yeah.
Check that out. Hey, Graham's checking in. He said he played Rap Gods for the first time last night. Thank you so much for the wonderful art and a great game. And people out there who haven't played Rap Gods, you can still get a copy through the Hoop Gods Kickstarter. So check that out. All right, make sure to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/BoardGameGumbo, or our YouTube page. It helps us get the word out about all of our upcoming guests and shows, including Dan Letzering from Galactic Raptor Games. He's going to be here next week talking adventure tactics, I think, or maybe some other games. Looking forward to that. Hey, Hamu, I'm BJ from Board Game Gumbo. And until next time, laissez les bon temps rouler.
Yeah.